So today I want to talk to you about anxiety and then also panic attacks and my experience with my anxiety, with my panic attacks, and what is the difference between the two. So with my anxiety, I noticed that it was over a long period of time. So when I was a teenager, when I was in my 20s and my 30s, I just had this constant worry. Like I worried about everything. I worried in my head. A lot of people around me did not know what was going on because in the beginning, I thought it was quite normal. I would worry about the relationships that I couldn't keep, the friends that I couldn't make. I would also worry about, how I grew up and how my dad wasn't around and how my mom was inattentive. I would worry about the relationship that I didn't have with my sister. I would worry that the relationships I had with my friends weren't the best. I would worry about everything. I would worry about the job that I had, wanting a better job. I would always say to myself, okay, I'm in my 20s, but I know by the time I get to my 30s, I'm going to know what I wanted to do with my life. And when that didn't happen, I became extremely, extremely sad because I just felt like every lane in my life wasn't going right. The blueprint that I created was not working in my favor. And so, again, that was my anxiety of what I know now to be my anxiety. At first, I just thought it was normal. And I was just wondering, does everybody else do that? Does everybody else overthink and constantly live inside of their head? I was just unsure. But I didn't tell anyone, y'all. Like, I was suffering in silence and never said a word. Then, when I turned the age of 38, I started to have panic attacks. So now it was a long period of time, but now the panic attacks are happening instant. So I would experience my panic attacks. Let's just say if something happened in my present and it reminded me of my past, that was a trigger for me. And it began immediately. What began? My heart started to beat. I thought I was having a heart attack. My palms started to sweat. My hands are shaky. My knees are shaky like I'm about to fall out. And I'm breathing. I mean, it probably lasted maybe 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes of this actually happening to me. It was very, very scary the first time that it happened. I want to tell you the things over time that I learned to do when I would have these panic attacks. For one, get rid of the things in my life that was causing all these triggers. Okay? That's just top notch. For two, I started to kind of rethink things. So the very first thing I would do is I would tell my mind to stop. Okay? So I would tell my mind to stop. When I told my mind to stop, I focused on something else. Rather, if I focused on a flickering candle, or I focused on an apple that was on the countertop, or I focused on something that was still in the house. I just refocused in that moment. The next thing I would do, y'all, I would ask myself in my head, or I would write it, is this true or false? Whatever I'm experiencing in the current moment, not about what happened in the past, but the experience that I'm having in the current moment, is it true or is it false? And so once I did that, it kind of like took my mind off of what was actually going on with my body. And I just slowly got out of that. And I think that, we all have a choice. And we can't take things that happened to us in the past. We can't take that away. Like, that's going to forever live with us. That's going to forever live in my heart, right? I cannot remove the fact that my parents split while at a young age. I cannot undo the relationship that I never had with my sister. I cannot undo how I was raised. I cannot undo these things, but what can I do? What can I do today? I can take control over my mind so that when my mind starts to go negative, I go back positive. Okay. And so if this resonates with you, let me know. Like, I know I'm not alone. Like, it is something that happens to us all. And if we don't become more aware of what's going on in our heads and what's now attacking our body, see, the anxiety stayed in my head, but then when I didn't control that, it started to attack my body. Ooh. It starts to attack your body, baby. And when that panic attack happens, you can't control it. You cannot control it. But when I was done with that panic attack, I did say, I'm going to start working on this. I'm going to start working and relearning and rewiring and rethinking the things that I'm actually going through so that I would have less and less panic attacks. And that's exactly what happened. Not saying that I never have a panic attack again, but I have lessened my panic attacks. I am controlling my anxiety, and I am living the life that I believe that I should be living. And so I have created this community that I want to invite you to. It's called Run to the Pen. Run to the Pen is where women journal together to heal together. In this community is where it's a safe space, where it's okay if you're not feeling well or if you've been in a bad situation. There's like-minded women in there just like you and I. It's okay and it's safe that if you are experiencing these panic attacks, we're in there journaling to heal. We're in there practicing different practices that I actually do today. Like, I meditate. It's a certain way I meditate. I go to different places and I do different things in my life to add value. And I want to add that value to you. So I want you to go to the link in my bio, click on it, go ahead and get into this community because we are about to begin this coming up Monday. My name is Chas Nicole. I am the journaling coach. I am a mental health advocate, and I am here to help the woman who is in survival mode to get over the survival mode and get back to living the life, the purpose life, the driven life that she's always dreamt of, right? Get that back. Join the community, and I'll see you in there. Bye for now.